Talking about canceling people's freaking civil liberties, Abe. Again, why I think you were a bad cop or never were a cop. All right, so they're pulling over for some Northern Borealis, I believe. You wear 6-inch.
Okay, hi, welcome. I'm wondering why when I go on my panel, the background does not stay. And I don't know why that is. Something is not right that I'm doing. What the F? So weird. I must have something edited on here. I'm not happy with what's going on right now. And yeah. So anyways, yeah, I don't know what's going on. If anybody else knows, let me know if they've had this problem to where they have just normally put up the background. Video backgrounds are now supported in the studio. So I have to go in the studio to have a background. Now what do I have here? What is this? What are these people? I got 2 extra people on my panel. Okay, they're gone. All right. Maybe if I have somebody else up, it will present the portrait of a minimalist style living room. All right. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. Little technical difficulties that have not been rectified. At any rate, great. So the purpose for this stream is to discuss how words that are mispronounced can cause big quarrels with other people. In other words, there's some people who become offended when in their presence a word is mispronounced or a word is said that they think is correct, but the other person doesn't. So they may be judged royally, against their wanting. So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about a particular word that caused an argument between myself humane. By the way, thanks for all the supporters that I had during the hurricane and before the hurricane and after the hurricane. It didn't hit as hard as they thought it would in my area. I was live streaming it, though. If you want to get an idea of how it looked, you can watch my last stream, and you'll see that it came down pretty hard, but not as hard as they thought that it would. Because the meteorologists get a free pass all the time. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. All right, I'm going to share this screen. You guys can watch it and tell me what you think. This is produced by myself, and it's going to pretty much open up the door to the discussion for today. There's the background. Cool.
Peninsula. Ladies and gentlemen, Peninsula. 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 Peninsula, 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 peninsula. Ladies and gentlemen, Peninsula, Peninsula, Peninsula. Peninsula, 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 peninsula.
So that's the word. We all know that I'm going to say it the way most people say it. Peninsula. Okay. It's a piece of land surrounded by water on most sides, but it's connected to the mainland on one side. All right. So let's just say, I was talking to my mom, and I, water on three sides. And I mentioned this particular word, which relates to Florida. And I called it the peninsula. And I've always called it that forever. But she's like, what did you say? I said, the peninsula. She goes, that's not a word. That's not how you pronounce it. And she thought I was like trolling her, but I have always said that forever. So if you look under Google and you look up peninsula, Peninchula, I need to go do this to show you, to prove it to you. On what I'm saying is absolutely, completely correct. All right, here's Google. So, not up yet. There's Google. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and type in peninsula. I think that's how I spelled it. with the N there. Yeah. All right. Peninsula. That's what I've been saying forever. Okay, I'm gonna put that in there. Okay, let me show you this, guys. Apparently, barely anybody says it, and Trump said it. However, Trump doesn't get credit for saying it, but I do. Right here. So I am the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th person to talk about it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I have to say that for sure. You know, and Rada wants to go, oh, Kelly's mispronouncing. How do you say the baby cow? You know, and oh, she's mispronouncing everything. She should know, because you know she was a teacher. And here's the thing, though, guys. Once you for some reason start pronouncing something, the more you do it, the more it seems real to you, to me, to that person. So just cool, just really cool that my YouTube channel came up. Like, nobody's going to be looking at this. Clearly, nobody's going to put this word in, and I wonder if anybody has ever. But I do want to read the very first one to you. Because it's very, it's very informative. All right. So, what the heck is a peninsula? I wish the narrator would stop saying peninsula instead of peninsula. Can America follow a man who says peninsula? Okay, so they're talking about Trump. Yet I don't see his name anywhere. All right. Oh, but of course, I couldn't just leave the issue there. I wanted to know why there would be a peninsula pronunciation to begin with. I have a phonetically based origin and a morphologically based one. No matter which one is true, if either, I'm sure many of the people who say peninsula do it just because it's the way they heard others saying it. I doubt it. So here's the phonetically based explanation. Strap in, because guys, this is pretty detailed, and this is the reason why maybe I say peninsula. First of all, notice that peninsula has an N immediately following the S. The N is a nasal consonant made with the tongue tip touching the alveolar ridge. The S is a non-nasal consonant made with the tongue tip almost, but not quite, touching the alveolar ridge. To transition from N to the S, two things must occur simultaneously. One is that the nasal passage must be blocked off to end the N. The other is that the tongue tip must lower enough for air to escape over the top of it for the S. If the nasal passage is blocked off before this happens, what you're going to end up with is a non-nasal alveolar stop T in the brief interval before, once your tongue lowers and you make the S. This is how you get the peninsula pronunciation, as well as prince for prince and answer for answer. But peninsula is not peninsula. The rest of the story has to do with the second pronunciation listed in the dictionary. It has a Y glide beside the S, and the following vowel, peninsula, this SY combination is well known to evolve into a I don't know what that is. Sound, for example, in social. All right. I don't really want to read any more of this because it is so detailed that I got lost. I don't know if anybody else followed that. unless you're maybe like a speech pathologist, it is just very difficult to follow. And pretty much, you know what, public occultist, you know, I kind of had a feeling that either him or Rada would come over and have a field day with me. But the reasoning for me doing this emergency panel is because of the reason that it caused major friction between my mother and I. And I kind of need some reassurance that it's okay. It's okay. And not to judge me. Please don't judge me or criticize me. She just looked at me like, why would you say that? What's going on with you? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go. And there's another one, Calc. And you know, and Calc. And I did mention that today to a couple people because there's a couple of other ones that you guys have made fun of. But you know what, dude? Nobody's talking to Radar about his R's after everything he says. After all he can't just end a word with a vowel. He has to. He absolutely has to, 100% all the time, add an R to words that end in a vowel. You know what I'm saying? Why? You know, please tell me why he has to do that. It doesn't make sense to me, and it probably doesn't make sense to a lot of people. And I really hope that you guys are kind of like calling him out on that. It's very important to, because he doesn't realize the impact that it has on people who are sticklers, like public occultists, who really does point it out. Wilma Dickfit is the same way. I do it too. So yeah, I guess what goes around comes around. And we all have little quirks as far as like what we do say and, you know, certain situations and certain words. But Peninsula, I don't understand why. I don't understand why some people don't say it that way. Like nobody says it that way. Except Trump and I. Let me ask you guys, and you probably don't say the word often or ever, but has anybody mispronounced any word, including peninsula? Have you mispronounced peninsula? Peninsula. I don't care. It's confusing. Peninsula. They say it like that too. Why did they add the Y in there? You know, I'm not offended that I mispronounce words or mispronounce words. I think as long as you understand what I'm saying, then it's okay. I appreciate your feedback, but it's okay to say words the way I want to say them. Words are not that difficult. Well, happy hippie, how about if I'm in Canada or Australia, New Zealand? You know, how about if I'm, you know, in Africa or you know, Korea? You know, I mean, they don't really. I mean, South Africa, like they do speak English, but Korea, I'm pretty sure they're not required to learn English. But I'm pretty sure that no, I don't say it like that. I'm pretty sure that they pronounce things differently, and everybody's okay with that, right? England, prime example. You know, they always want to talk about, oh, look how cute her knickers are. I mean, who says that? Like they do. They totally say certain words that, you know, we find like, oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. And now if you guys don't know, you can look it up. It's called knickers. K-N-I C-K-E-R-S. And I believe that it's like two things. I believe that it is they're like bloomers, like they're little like frilly underwears, or maybe they're pants that are cut off short at the bottom, like capris or high waters, or however you want to call them. So I'm pretty sure that it is one of those. They like to add the U, and I love it. And I really do spell mine that way because it makes sense. It sounds good. Curious Idea is here. I feel like there's some kind of a connection with Curious Idea, as if I knew somebody who had that. And I think I had one called like Curious Mike or something like that I was using for a little while to like play around with Curious Idea. And maybe maybe I know that person and they told me, oh, you know, I have a new channel and it's called this. So I'm really not sure. Knickers just means underwear. Well, that's simple enough. Glad to see you're safe, Shelly, says Poppy. Thank you very much. They actually thought it was going to hit, you know, Florida as a 4, like it was a 5 in the ocean. It was going to hit as a 4. Then it was hit as a 3. Then by the time it got to me, it was like a 1. And I was hoping, I know it's kind of bad, but I was kind of hoping for more wins. I know that's probably not a good thing to say, but I wanted to get good footage. But we were lucky that wasn't as bad as we thought that it would be. You know, I had a little bit of water that seeped in, and I mean, it wasn't really bad. There was some debris, some fronds that big fronds that fell off the tree, and the water, it was probably it drains well. There's a lot of lights that are out, which is making it like the way that people drive in India. Because in India, there's, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but there's locations where they don't have lights and they just like manage, you know, they just drive around. Even people walk like in the areas where people are driving, people are on scooters, which is pretty amazing. And we kind of have to do that here. But I was like, you know, the people on the main road are not going to stop for the people on the other roads. It's not going to be a 4-way. Nobody's going to be doing that. So, you know, my idea is just go to the right and then get on the main street and go straight. So I think that's the best way. Otherwise, it's just insane. You're just like, okay, whoever's in the car with you, just put your head down. Just don't even look. Because I have to get through this, and it might be a little scary. But besides that, everything was like kind of okay. And my power didn't go out, which is amazing. Just down the street, theirs did. And the thing is like, you know, we're better prepared now because in Florida, because we've had so many of these, and I've been through every single one of them that we've had. So yeah, Andrew was a really, really huge hurricane. Luckily, I've lived in cinder block homes, which helps out a lot. Yeah, I really want to move out to the beach, but I don't know. People evacuate and they come back. It's not a good sight, so probably won't do that. Maybe would have been safe on the roof. I thought about that. I really did. If it had gotten worse, and if the water got up like to my neck or whatever, I would definitely have gotten on the roof. But actually, what I heard from somebody who actually like survived, they got a metal chair for some reason. Like it's heavy enough for you to duck down behind it, or even sit casually, as long as you have a helmet on. If you have the helmet, then you should be pretty good. Every once in a while, something floats by, and it's okay to try and grab it, especially if it's like a raft or something, or somebody by the name of Brother John. Brother John, everybody has a Brother John in their neighborhood, and that's a person you want to reach out to because he is like an angel on the earth. He will definitely reach his hand out and take take you to safety. Because some people don't adhere to the governor's mandates, right? Because there are mandatory evacuations for people. And if everybody in the neighborhood leaves, that's a good indication that you might want to go too. It's not about being a lemming at this point. It's about survival. So people, stop trying to be rebellious. It doesn't work out well for you. And start being smart. And I'm only talking to people who didn't adhere to, the state's mandates. Those are the ones I'm talking to. But the roof is always a good alternative if you are if you have been stupid and you didn't follow the directions. So that's all I know about that. Sometimes people can't leave. You guys, I want to tell you, I'm not sure if you've been hearing me at all. And I've probably been pretty low sounding. And it's because I failed to use my microphone properly. Yeah, it was behind the computer. And that's not a good thing at all. I'm a little bit out of sorts when it came to this live stream. And I'm so glad that some of you were here to listen to my rant, and a very important rant about pronunciation and how it is very important to some people that you pronounce things properly. Otherwise, there could be consequences. And that means storming out and away from the person who majorly criticized you for that. Or if you're online, rage quitting possibly, if somebody decided that they, were just going to kind of be way too critical. Like, don't do that, people. I mean, come on. Let's be for real this time. Here's the StreamYard link. If anybody wants to come up and challenge me on my idea, because I love a challenge and I live for that, right? So come up, puff your chest up at me, and see where that gets you. See if that helps you out at all with your chance of winning against me, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of you wouldn't be able to. I'm just saying. And that's what's important on here is the back and forth bantering. And can you do it or can you not do it? Can you get on here and speak for 29 minutes or longer? Can you do it for 4 hours? That's a problem. That's a problem. Listen more. Listen. See, my Invisaligns are kicking in. Listen more than you speak. Listen more than you speak. Can you do that? Cool. That helps in any kind of like a relationship and stuff. Just be funny at all times, and if you ever think that I'm funny, please laugh. It does encourage me to continue down that line of behaving. Oh, thank you so much, Curious Idea. I really appreciate that. It's like just let it slide, kind of chuckle at it or whatever, and let it slide, and then later say, "You remember when you said that? I think it's properly pronounced like this. I'm just saying." Or something. Make it funny, okay? Because you can majorly embarrass somebody. But here you have people. You have to stop being a snowflake. This cannot continue. Um, this is the internet. You all keep saying that. It's the internet. It's this type of a troll sector. Oh, Shelly, this is what they say. Oh, Shelly's gonna stop try to stop having like a troll um um stream or people in her chat. She's gonna try to like eliminate all the trolls. Yeah. did that did that work? Is it working? I would love to get some feedback on that. I'm pretty sure that when it comes to, and I oh gosh, I was gonna do a whole entire stream about this, but I do want to say, um, let me just check my settings here. All right. I want to say this loud and clear, and I'm gonna mean it for sure. When it comes to a particular group called the UPK, I feel like that they have never gone against me. And there's been times when they could have, when I was a little rebellious, said some things that provoked conversation, emotions, but they always stood by me, and I knew I could always go to some of them. I talked to most of UPK members, and I think they're wonderful people. They haven't gone against themselves like Authority Check, Bird, GO2, Tonic, Chicky, Steph, Jamie, and all these people, Brett, who have been going against each other. They haven't. And they're better than that other group. They are better. As Curious Idea says, for sure. And I'll even put that up here if you guys don't believe me. See? True story. And another reason that I really like them is that they aren't malicious, as far as I know. I don't know everything that goes on behind the scenes because they have their own, round table. And they aren't mean and they're not bullies. Well, I mean, okay. They're kind of bullies, but not in like a hateful way. That hate is what really turns me off. I heard a clip of I went on a panel, and it was AC, GO2, and Shift Happens. And they just tried to annihilate me, and I did not react. And that's what they wanted me to do, is they wanted me to go back at them. And I didn't. And I didn't explain myself either. And AC hated it. He so wanted me to explain so that he could get the upper hand. And he so wanted me to yell and scream and fight back. And I didn't. And he is a woman abuser. He totally is. And he hasn't changed, because that stream was not that long ago. It was when GO2 used to be on his panel. I mean, that was maybe a few months ago. but he does it to other women, and that's authority check. He just he hasn't changed doing that. Um, I'm not going to say that it doesn't affect me, because it does. It does. Um, but when it comes to the 4 agreements, um, let's go back to that. Obviously, here it is. Come on now. 4 agreements. So if you look at the second one, it's don't take anything personally. So nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. So I have all of these 4 agreements on separate videos that I read, and the second agreement has really taken off on my channel, and people view it every day. So for that, I really do appreciate it. And it's a lot of times it's from people who are not subscribed. So I guess it's in the algorithms pretty good. That's a hard one. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much like my hardest one to follow. And because I want people to like me, but the thing is I have to find within myself that I don't need that. I don't. And whatever you think about me is none of my business. That's your business. That's on you, buddy. You know, however you think about me. I'm just trying to do the best that I can, and that's always do your best. That's the 4th one. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. So don't regret things. Don't go against yourself. That's the first one. Be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself. Don't speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. It's easy to bully. It's easy to be mean. It's easy to go at people, and it's easy to gossip about people. Why take the easy way? Why not take the harder route and be nice and follow these you know character builders? That's basically what they are. And there's a lot of character assassination that goes on around here, and it's total bullshit. Nobody wants to endure that kind of shit, and nobody should want to do it, but some people do want to do it, and I don't appreciate that. But they can do it all they want, because I'm not going to take things personally. You know what, GD? I slightly did break the COC, and for that reason, I have to say that sometimes an emergency supersedes the COC, and that's why it's not a written contract or anything like that. So it is subject to change. Just saying. And it's more than just what people think. It's more than just overlapping streams. It's more of a coming together as channel owners and collaborating and respecting each other, making each other look good. That's pretty much what the COC is about: respect and making each other look good. And it's not a hair dryer. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It is not that. But it is a snowball microphone. That's this, totally. And at first it was behind the computer, so barely anybody could hear me, I'm pretty sure. Emergencies, right. Emergencies happen. And an emergency to me is a thought that I have to get out or I'm going to forget. I'm not keen on writing down things and whatever, such things. But I had to get this one out. And it was very imperative. And I'm actually really glad that there were some people to witness it and go along with me. So I don't think that they say the word like I was saying in Australia, but I thought they were saying it in Australia. I thought that they said it that way, but they don't. That was probably just a hoax and a myth. I can't do anything about that. I can't explain why everybody wants to say it a certain way when there's words that can be pronounced in different ways. And we've all witnessed that. I can't think of any right now, but I'm sure there are. Calf. You guys want to call it calf? Where's the two F's? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not there. But some words, have letters that are silent, and that's okay too, because the English language is very difficult compared to the Spanish language. Oh my gosh, try teaching this to somebody who is Spanish. It's very, very difficult. Just saying, it's a doozy. So there's this girl called Pink Birdo, and Pink Birdo has a tendency to mispronounce many different words. And the thing is like, okay, well, if you know, then you could correct it or not, but we always catch it. And Wilma Dickfit is the first one to catch it. Okay. And then other people do, but they didn't know that Wilma Dickfit had already caught it, because when people are typing, they're not at the same time looking at the chat, and it just depends on how fast you type, or maybe he's a speak to type. Founder of Creativity, that was 10th Man. He was the founder of the Mother Effing YouTubes. And that's why him and Bird had their conflicts, because there was a power struggle between the two of them. I'm sorry if I see the big picture, guys. I mean, if you really want to see the flow chart, come to me, because I'm the one who has it. Okay. Not Bird, not these other people. All right. I have studied everybody in this group. Right. And I have become a little less of a snowflake. And, for that, I can say thank you to a few people, but I don't want to point them out, because then people are going to flock to them and be like, oh, can you be my manager or mentor and stuff? So I don't think they're taking on any new ones, by the way. Why are you talking into a mini rice cooker? What do you and GD get together and, come up with little other such nonsenses together, or what? I would like to have Berto up here and have him show me that I said the N-word on another show. So pretty sure that won't happen 100%. Because it didn't happen, and everybody knows it didn't happen because it didn't happen. And Rada wanted to say that it did, but that other motherfucker said that it did, and they were both wrong completely. And nobody has time for that. Seriously, those are lies. 100% lies, never ever truths. So say what you guys want and all that stuff, but I want to say that I don't appreciate it. And if you guys want to make it right, you can. And Chip, if you want to make it right, dude, you know what you can do? You can delete those comments in our DMs, because then we'll be squared. And that's the only way that we're going to move forward productively is if you delete those, because I'm going through old DMs, and if you guys are my friend and you were like mean and bullying in previous DMs, then I'm gonna call you out, and I'm gonna be like, look, you want to make this right, then you really seriously need to delete those disparaging comments. And I'm going to be going through my old DMs. So go ahead and, delete or whatever. But if you have nothing to hide, then you won't delete, right? And I'm going to call you out if you delete. And that means that you said some disparaging things as well. So that's my project for a later date. So beware, because, I'm going to get you one by one, by two, and more. And I know there's more. And I know there are. And I can look right now. That's fine. You guys want to be, frisky with all your little DMs and stuff? We'll see. Trumpy. How about that? How about Rada? Rada. Let me go back a little ways, right? And see what kind of things that he said. A lot of StreamYard links. I flicked them off. Must have said something there, but I just, I'm keeping on going. Well, there's too many nice things. So what the fuck? Okay. Well, where did you? I know we had fights and stuff. I think I'm going back too far to 2023. Maybe I shouldn't go that far back. Just a lot happens within a year, right? Okay. Well, I'm definitely not going to read that. Oh, Rada. Oh, man. Oh, I deleted. Rada. Shit. Oh, my gosh. January of 23, I went through and deleted everything up until. Well, that sucks. Why did I do that? Oh, my gosh. And I'm surprised that he does still talk to me. So thank you very much, Rada, for all I did to you by deleting until July. So from January to July, I took back all my words that I had said. That happened. Gia, let's see. Well, there's nothing there really. Not much there. Let's see. Oh yeah. Hammerhead. What did I say to him when I told him off that one time that he had some nefarious people on his panel talking crap about me? So that happened. I'm just not going to read that. Let me see about this one. Okay, that was a new combo. Well, okay, I probably shouldn't tell you guys all of my DM people, right? Should I not do that? Probably not. Huck, everything was good with that. Sweet, everything is good with that. Although, Sweet, I did find some comments that you made, and you called me a lot lizard. So I might have to post those because they were said. You can't, guys, you can't take words back. And her and I are like this, but in the past, it is in the past, and I get that, and I'm not mad about that. But I am just saying that you can't take it back. It's always going to be there. And I'm still not a lot lizard. It's just I'm not. So you call me these names, people, and you're going to get showed up. And this is how I show you up, is that I don't even go to truck stops. Oh, let's look at ASMR. Let's see what kind of disparaging things that he said about me besides Bible verses. Oh, okay, I deleted a lot. Yeah, because I didn't want to talk to him for a while. And then sometimes he was nice. And it's like, Uh, yeah, see, guys, you go back through your DMs and it brings back memories about how you felt at that time. And GD, he likes lot lizards. I mean, I just have to accept that if he said it. I didn't even know they had those in Australia. That's supposed to be a decent place to live. And if they got lot lizards, then that's like sluts walking around, and that's not nice. Hammy lacks cardio. Hammy, you gotta get on that treadmill every once in a while. It's very good for your heart. Wilma, I was canceled twice. Oh my gosh, twice today. I don't think I'll recover from thrice. Please, guys, give Hammy a break. We can't keep doing this to her. She's done nothing but throw little jabs out at people every often all the time, and typed in caps. I mean, she definitely is seen for sure. Who else? Yeah, I don't even want to name names, but I could be has me blocked. Let me see why. Last thing he said was LMAO. GD, have you ever blocked somebody by them saying last LMAO? And I said, I'm not laughing. Internet wars are serious. That was 2023. I don't want to say too much. Who else? Tatted Aviator. Where is he? He's mad, and he deleted everything. What a jerk. He's mad because I left him on his last comment. And the thing is like, it's not anything against him. I liked him, but you can't leave somebody hanging for too long. Because they'll lose interest and then they take all the words back. No, Wilma, excuse me, Wilma, they're blocked for a reason. Do you take back all your ex-girlfriends? No, you don't. So, people are blocked for a reason, and that's why they stay there. Mallory Knox, whatever she did or said wasn't pleasing to me. So I went on ahead and just blocked. I have that option to do that, which is really cool. And Wilma, don't get mouthy. According to Hammy, that is what's going on. And I'm kind of like agreeing with that. Lauren De Laguna, another one. Last thing she said, I'm banned from your Discord. Well, we can thank GD for that. Let's see. Oh yeah, Crazy Dingo. He didn't have me blocked, but I can't DM him anymore because he's not in any servers that I share with him, and that makes me sad. It really does. I liked talking to him, and I liked going to VC with him. So if you ever want to come around again, I would really appreciate that, crazy dingo. LG. Let's see what was said there. Three blocked messages. Okay, so I blocked her. I have to click on. She said hi. She dropped a link. And I said, cool, thanks for that. And you want to know what else, guys? She's been mean ever since then. 4/27/2023. And she gave me a heart, a red heart for my last comment. What happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. She was influenced by other people, and sorry for your luck, chick. Let's see. Shell Bell. Okay. Everything was good there. Well, I just have like so I have everybody here. Okay, well, I'm not going to mention that person. I'm not going to mention that person either. And then there's one who wants me to add, but I really don't know who this person is. I really don't know. And, there's a lot of buddy trolls out there. So, oh, Trumpy. Let's see what he said last. Okay, so the last thing was I sent him an invite. I said, hi, invite. I said, am I blocked? Invite. A heart with the broken heart. Wow. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more comments until he said anything. Oh no, he said something, and then I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 comments, including like a bunch of invites, and he still has not responded. So Trumpy, you're kind of slacking on the DMs. You're behind on them, so you might want to get a secretary or something like that to kind of get you caught up to date, because I just don't have any more in me to send you any more messages, and I'm not going to. I refuse. I mean, if in a couple months I send you another one, then it happened. But as of now, and within a month or two or a couple weeks or whatever, I'm really not going to send you another invite. And the thing is like, Sweet is in my server. But as soon as he goes in there, she's going to escort him out. And I think it's because maybe she thinks it's toxic, but now she likes it in there. So I'm pretty sure she'll let him stay. So Sweet, if you can just kind of give him a heads up. For some reason, other people want him in the server, and I think it's because he's funny and he's very likable. But he does ignore my messages. And GD, maybe you wait, hold on. Look at this, guys. You modded him 4 times and he's done the same thing. You know what he did, guys? He went through and literally either timed people out or blocked them the entire chat, just because he was jealous of Joe Cool. Yeah. He can't be modded anymore, but he can definitely come in the chat. I haven't even blocked him, but he does have many Trumpy accounts, and that's for sure. He fucks the chat up every time I mod him. I know he does. It's not even funny anymore. It's just like, oh my gosh, what an inconvenience. maybe it was that I was eager to, have him back in. If you guys don't know Trumpy, he's never practically that I know of shown his face, but he has some good one-liners and stuff, like when he goes into chats. But he can definitely go toe to toe with certain people. I'm gonna go now. Hammy is Trumpy's sock account. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense with the nice and the bullying and back and forth. That's something he does do. Wow. Yeah, because maybe her name is Hammie. Maybe he just has it all wrong. So let's double think that. Trumpy is fatter than Abe. That might be correct. GD, you notice I didn't say Joe Cool's tool. Oh, I remember that time he was gonna whip it out in the backstage in front of all these guys. I happened to be waiting to go up on the panel, and I was like in the back room. And they were like, I think they were gonna like compare their D's with each other, and I'm pretty sure he was gonna go first, and then he copped out of it. So I'm kind of glad, because I really don't want to have that on my conscience. Maybe I should go back a little bit to see any of these. You guys are funny. Whoa, that was fast. I know. I totally saw Tonix D in the backstage whenever he first met me, and he was like, now I need to see your tits. And I was like, no. And somebody was like, yeah, you better be glad you didn't, because it would have been all over Discord if you had, like, within 5 seconds. Radas, yes, seen Radas. Yeah. I've seen some others too, I'm not gonna lie. Just saying. I'm not proud of it. Sometimes it just happens that way. I do have a D-Vault, pretty sure. I probably should get rid of it, but I haven't done it yet. I don't look at it. It's just kind of there, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why I keep it. So stupid. The D-Vault. Yeah, Hammy. GD or in the same gang. Rada Raid. Oh, great. Just when I'm packing it up, you guys. I'm glad you came over, anyways. Hey, Biff, what's up? I definitely have not seen your D. Steel Dragon. No, and you're not blocked. And the thing is, like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that you're Rebel. So, you can keep playing around with sock accounts, and that's cool. But Sugar Crits does not have a D, and they're strap-ons. Link, and I'll put it in Rada's chat. Let's see if Rada comes up, and we'll explain why he has his D, rotating around in the sector. And proud, definitely he's proud to say Hey, your mom. He's proud to say that it has floated around. I mean, he gets compliments, so that's why he's like, "Oh yeah, I showed that D," you know. So of course, you know, you give somebody encouragement, and of course, they're going to continue right on about their merry little way with whipping the D out, and often, very often, he likes to do that. We don't have to discuss that, sugar crits. We don't. I should probably wait until he's here. There's a lot of guys in the chat, and you know, pretty much if you look at my, well, you can't look at my statistics, but pretty much it's maybe 54, a little bit more percent of males. And that's just because they think I'm gonna give him a shout out and say, you know, your mom wants to F me, and I'm so way above that now. It's so beneath me. So, you know, I don't go there anymore. Although with Shiva, that would definitely be something to conquer. Ajot, what's going on? Welcome. AC is not here. No, and you know what? He's not going to be here because he's blocked. Yeah, because he can be very mean, and I will pull up things that he'll be like so embarrassed that he even went there. And he doesn't realize it, but I own him more than he realizes. So if he could just kind of accept that, then we could all be on our merry little way. But he won't. He won't accept it. He's like, nah, I can do this to women. I got my wife beater on. I don't respect my own culture. Because I want to call myself a derogatory slang word that definitely goes against his culture. Just saying, you guys still watch his show, you know, you still give him the content. It's got to be so fucking uncomfortable to be on a panel when this dude is just yelling and ripping a new one to a woman. That has to be the most uncomfortable thing that anybody can even imagine. But you know what? I think people endure it because they're just glad it's not them. And they think that he's the protector or something like that. He ain't shit, God. Oh my God. He ain't shit. Don't you understand this? All right. So get your I'm not gonna say that. And that's another thing is they think I'm gonna say the N-word. How many times did I tell you that knickers starts with a K, not an N? And it's not a derogatory word. In fact, it's a very well used word over in England. So I have some England watchers, some England viewers who agree that it is a well-known word. Snickers is another one, you know, and then somebody will come and go, well, will that tree grow? Or will your knee grow? Come on, guys. Ajot, if you like AC, you definitely need, well, I mean, Women Dick Fit is saying you need an exorcism. That's kind of extreme, but you need a wake-up call. And if it does, you know, if it does is in need of an exorcism, then so be it. Oh my gosh, Rod is in the back, but I didn't even hear the beep beep. Why do you have the pig like that? With the pig eats, that's a cannibalistic pig. He's eating a slab of ham. And that's disgusting. Because they don't do that.
Why was I waiting in back so long? Just wondered. I'm driving around and I'm trying to.
You got nothing else better to do but wait.
Well, I'm actually almost home now, so. So what was this emergency that you were emergency unit? Like what was the
You got to change your avatar now because you dropped off and came back on that whole stupid thing.
Oh, there you
So,
are.
Change your avatar.
Hold on 1 second.
No, you hold on 1 second.
Don't go anywhere.
Turn
I'm
on
gonna
your
put my
cam,
headphones back in.
dog. Look,
I
we're
thought
just
I was
sitting
never
in
coming
the-
up here because the way how long I had to wait behind backstage.
Fine, then I'll take the names off.
Holy shit, look at this fucking pole. Wow.
Let's not get too excited. Well, what are you seeing?
Hold on. Look at this fucking pole. Hold on.
Are you looking down at your pole?
What the fuck
That's
happened
weird.
around here? Oh, hold on. Look.
I got somebody
you
in the
see it?
back room.
You probably can't see it.
Oh, wait, what the hell was
Damn.
that?
It's a fucking telephone pole that
Damn.
oh no, they already tied it up to that tree, but that tree looks dead. What the fuck happened around here?
Hello? who's
Rod, are
on
you like a
stage?
new?
You
Why
notice
can't
Prime has to use
When can I ban all of his and make it official?
You notice how Prime has to use other people's accounts in order to get up on panels, but he tells everybody else that they're a nuisance and everything. Like holy shit!
He actually did. He
Like, he
actually did a
can't-
Cyrax.
Yeah, he did. He did that to me
avatar.
earlier when he came up earlier. Like, he never comes up on his own accounts because nobody wants him on panels. Yeah, he'll sit there and tell everybody how they're fucking unwanted and blah blah blah. But it's Prime that's not wanted. That's why you can't come up on your own panel, on your own sock account, or on your own name rather, because nobody wants you here. Like, I don't know
But
what you don't understand.
He's socially unaccepted in the
Right.
in this sector.
Right. He's socially awkward. Right.
Yes, and it's a troll sector. So if you can't fit in there, dude, you might want to
Yeah.
change something about yourself.
Right.
Wow.
Like, I don't get why he.
Mhm.
I don't know why freaking people like Prime. I just don't get why he sits there and tells everybody else they're a stalker, blah blah blah. Yeah, he has to come up under fucking other people's accounts. Like, fuck me.
All right, let me show you what this.
So who's
channel
behind? Like, who do you
is
have?
about.
You have people in the back. Oh, that was Prime. That's right. He doesn't really count.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull something up so you can see it. This is actually for your.
All right. I can't see it because of the freaking chat, but see, now I understand why. All right, when Zero's like, oh, I can't see the chat. Well, you have to maximize the chat in order to see it. Oh, I must have heard the
there's
wrong
a word that I
address.
mispronounced. Is the word I mispronounced?
Yeah, we already went
and-
through this. It's Peninsula. Yeah.
Okay, but
That's
it
what they were talking about.
royally messed up a relationship because of that. Hey,
What?
honey, my bunny's.
You messed up our relationship? What the fuck?
Yeah, there was a bad fight. So Peninsula. I want to show you this.
Peninsula, yeah. So where'd you learn to say Peninsula?
1 second, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's mine. The fifth one in Google for the entire world. There's my video.
Yeah.
Is that not cool? Or
so
what?
where did you learn to say Peninsula?
I don't know, but
so where'd you learn how to say
Trump
Peninsula?
also said it.
Yeah,
Listen,
Trump
this is the
mispronounces a lot of
reason.
words. Doesn't mean that Trump is
There's
a
phonetically
wordsmith.
There's the phonetically based explanation that has to do with the alveolar ridge and the tongue tip and all that.
Yeah, but
just
the
a
problem
bunch
is
of
there's no H.
reasons.
There's no H.
Yeah, but I'm sure
in
that there are
Peninsula.
words with an S that sounds like cha, right?
All right, so this was your main emergency, is why you had to go live, so you can show everybody that you mispronounced Peninsula and you say Peninsula. This is why you went live. That's what your emergency is. Like, I don't mean to downplay your emergency, but like, do you think that's kind of
Well, you being an EMT, the purpose for your
Can someone
emergency,
explain to her how weighted searches work?
what
I
is
would be
that?
more than happy to explain that to her, but I have a feeling that it'd be a lost cause. So if somebody else wants
Are
to
you
come up
serious?
and explain that,
Yeah, you
that would
want
be
to come up,
great.
public occultist, because you're starting to say things that could or could not be exact.
All right.
So if you would
So,
like to do
Shelly,
that,
what
that'd be
did
great.
you search exactly to be fifth? Let me see. I'm going to see if I can show
Peninsula.
that telephone pole again. Peninsula, yeah.
Peninsula.
Do you
Peninsula.
realize because Trump said that, that's why people are watching or looking at that now? Like, that's why people are like,
Right. And I didn't hear him say that, but I had to find out. Has anyone
you didn't
else
hear
said this?
you didn't hear Trump say peninsula. All right, do you see the
No.
telephone pole right here? Oh no, I don't have my camera on.
No, I found it online. Like who said it? Who has said this before? And Trump did. I just want to feel like I wasn't the only one. Just like it sounds, public occultist. Okay? How do you think I spelled it? PENINCHULA. Well, I'm phonetically spelling it, guys. I'm phonetically spelling it. I know it's not spelled that way. I'm not an idiot. And I was fifth in Google. So for that, even though it's incorrect, for that, it means a lot to me. And that may even be a Spanish word, right? Let's be honest here. Peninsula. Okay? Possibly. Anybody speak Spanish? Thank you for dropping that. I appreciate it. Peninsula, great magicians. Oh, yeah. Rana is everywhere. He is, and so are all of us, Poppy. If you notice, it's kind of the same group of people. We just kind of, hang out together. And we've gotten rid of the Rift Raft. And that includes Prime and, Rebel. Rebel has been mean lately. Chihuahua. Chihuahua. Chinchilla. Chinchilla. Scrolled 5 pages, you don't come up. Oh, really? Even the way that Happy Hippie has it spelled? Please, come on. Is it under google.com? Is it under Google? 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 Is it there? Google? PNINCHULA. Yeah. I can't help that it's there. You must be in a different Google or something. You searchers. No, I don't. I do not. That's not true. Why would I do that? Rift Raft, the street rat. I don't find that. Just a little snack, guys. Rip him open, take it back, guys. All right. I like the song that Abe sings. And if him and I could do a duet, that would be beautiful. I'm pretty sure. Because I've got a golden ticket. Thanks, your mom. You're so, oh my gosh. You're so fucking sweet. I can't even get over it. No. I would like Abe to come in here. He has not been iced out in my book. My friends do not like him, but he's not like a threat to anybody. He's not going to hurt anybody. He's not going to go real life, but he did go somewhat real life on Rebel. And that's exactly how I first met him, was whenever he sent that microphone to Rebel. And I got really pissed off about that, because he was doing that to, in my opinion, to show that he has his address and to see if he got the gift. And Rebel got upset, and I did get upset. That's the very first time that I met him. And after that, I think that he was going on panels and people were dogpiling him. And I'm like, well, who's getting dogpiled? That's going to be the person I'm going to team up with. And that's just what I do. I go in and I save them from drowning. I was a lifeguard, and I'm bringing that to the internet. So I will show up when you least expect it if you are getting jumped by people. Honest Trumpy is here, saying Shelly without the second E. And Honest Trumpy, if that is you, take heed to my advice that people want you in my server. So if you could join us, that would be great. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have to have your approval to send you yet another invite to join us. And I think Hammy has done the same to me. Rada has done the same. Rada is not on here anymore because I'm probably guessing that his battery died, because he was crackling and it sounded like shit a whole lot. And that was Rada's mic. If one puts out their own address on their live, Happy, yes, he did. Yes, he did. Oh, okay. I could read some of this. Found out today someone sent Rebel a whole ass shopping cart, and he threw it out. So now he just steals. Okay, I'm back. You kicked Hammy. Hammy didn't come up, to be honest with you. Mommy said these don't block me. No. You know why, Trumpy? Because you are not responsible. You're not a good key holder at all. GD saying, hey, Tubby. We all know he's talking to. Makes sense. I sound Abe. Says Ploppy. Can you and Abe do a rap song? Rap battle. I got a golden ticket. Oh my gosh. Dude, Abe, just lie. Just lie. So stay tuned. Abe will probably be live at 4 a.m. for your viewing pleasures. And if you don't see that, then you can watch the replay. But normally people like to watch replays when somebody else is on the panel. But as you can see, it's just me. And every once in a while, I will say something outrageous that is clip worthy. So that's pretty cool too. Nobody ever gave the Sharon Weed Weasel anything. He throws it away. What? He really did get one, though. He really did get those earphones. He did. Public occultist. He showed it on cam. Remember? I guess he's going to go after Sharon Police Department, the FBI, the CIA, and all those others in the area. And he's not happy with all the organizations. I don't have anything else to say about that. Just watch Abe's last 30 lives, and that will be the same as Trumpy. Come on. It takes a lot of courage to do this, man. Hey, public occultists, you can stop the spamming now. How about that? Okay? You get your point and you said it again. Homeland Security, yeah. Okay, that's it. Yeah, it sounds like conspiracy theories to me. It seems like that it's over the edge and a little too much for the extreme lengths that he's going to be taking, possibly. That's not Trumpy. He doesn't spell tonight correctly. Well, if public cultist does that shit one more time, dude, I'm for real. Dude, I'm going to take action. I'm going to take action. Okay? And our chick is a way better singer than Abe. Oh, come on. Abe's good. He's about equal, I think. GD is on a slandered streak. That's not anything new. Oh, no, not GD. I was thinking Trumpy because I was reading Trumpy somewhere. No, he's not. No, don't say that about him. That's my friend. Don't say that. That's not cool. That's not Trumpy. Okay, I read that one. He begged for earphones, got them, and got offended. He didn't get. Oh. Yeah, he didn't get cash. It was a headset mic. Yeah. You guys remember that? He was really mad. Shelly, do you sing better than Golden? Yes, I do. Sup, Fats? You just getting here, Wilma? My B, not Trumpy. Feel free to share your FUPA deets still. Nobody wants to see that. Hammy. Nobody wants to see that. For real. So you can forget about that one. So basically, you're telling people they can't have their own opinion. Basically, you are not completely speaking English because you write from right to left, and we don't do that here. How I am somebody. Yeah. Just realize I'm 5 minutes behind. Oh, God. Happy birthday. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Hold my tongue. Hammy is behaving like a female Trumpy. Oh, now see, I haven't thought about that before, but I'm kind of seeing the resemblance now. So, yeah. We could, I wouldn't hook them up or anything because Sweet isn't going to go for that, obviously. But I am surprised that he has been able to leave her basement to even come over here, which is really cool. Zero is drunk. That's nothing new. And I'm going to put this up here so that people understand that this is a regular event. Yes, happy birthday, Hammy and Gia. You are correct on that one. Zero is sober. Incorrect. Will Dick Fit. Oop, I am a new woman. Don't compare me to the past. What, like last week? GD, that was mean, but true. Oh, okay. Good comeback, GD. There you go. Good job. Did you say No, she doesn't. She doesn't live there. Wilma, don't go there. That's the last thing I want to do is piss off Sweet. That's not. Whew. Nope. Been there, done that. Hell no, dog. Keeping it good. Keeping it real good, guys. Keeping it good. I can't. I don't want to go there again. No. PTSD, Sweet, please. It's all good. Everything's good. Trumpy is not my cup of tea. He's all yours, baby girl. All yours. Nobody's slandering. Okay? Nobody's slandering. This is incorrect. It's totally NA, non-applicable. Non-applicable. Applicable. Applicable, 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 applicable. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Harry and Gia. Happy birthday to you. And many, 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 many more. Shit house as sugar has me blocked. Applicably. Applicable. Shelly, try. Okay, well, hey, public cultist, try to say non-applicable. You're saying applicable. It's not that. It's isn't it applicable? Don't tell me it's not. Don't tell me it's not applicable. It's applicable. It's not applicable. Oh my gosh, is it? No. Told you. Y'all hear that? It's right there, Dink. It's not even a word, twink. I said that. Y'all don't know me. Thank you. Everybody thinks they know what's correct.
Applicable.
Do it again. What the fuck what are you doing?
Wait a second.
Has anybody ever taught you how to use the internet?
What? I'm looking. Hey Siri. Pronounce non-applicable.
Here's what
She's
I found.
Jeez.
Non-applicable.
See? Non-applicable.
Non-applicable.
It's one word too. So
Non-applicable.
I don't know why they have the dash there.
Non-applicable.
So they can just kiss my ass. You
Where's
guys
the
have been
dash? Where
doing
do
it
you see
wrong
a
the entire
dash?
time.
No, it's a hyphen.
non.
Oh my god, you wackadoo. Is there somebody I can talk to that's like responsible for you there right now? And why aren't you
Inapplicable.
And why aren't you answering the hard question answers? Like Hammy said, Shelly, do you think Abe can see his little fish stick dick over his doughboy belly? Why aren't you answering the hard question?
So that's hard.
Hammy, Abe has a dicky-doo syndrome. His tummy sticks out further than his dicky-doo. Like, those are the hard questions you should be answering from your chat, not trying to figure out how to use the internet at, well, how old are you now?
Fucking man,
dude.
You're not supposed to actually use a backslash.
It's called a hyphen.
Closest, it's not applicable. So you were wrong.
Not applicable. What are you trying to say? Not applicable. Oh,
that's what he told me.
So I did get the fucking Northern Lights. Cocksucker.
What's Northern Lights mean?
Oh, wait a minute. What's the lights? Cocksucker. See? Hold on. So I actually did get the Northern Light. I couldn't see it too well on my phone. That's why. Hold on.
Definitely a huge barrier. All right, here we go.
But they weren't as good as like everybody else was sending me. That's why I was a little disappointed in my lights.
Was I able to see any here?
I'm not
Was I
sure.
supposed to be seeing them here?
I don't think
Okay,
so.
let
I
me
think you're a
see.
little too far south.
Mm.
Sorry about that. So I was actually hoping you could see him through StreamYard. That's what I think where I was screwing up is StreamYard sucks. Yeah, so they're actually, let me see.
So they're
StreamYard
all up
sucks
the
with
East
fucking
Coast
video.
then.
There they are, right there. Like, God damn it. So I was looking at them the whole time. Like, I was looking through my phone, right? And I thought I would be able to see him through my phone, but well, obviously through StreamYard, but StreamYard sucks for video, huh? So it's not called a hyphen, Rada. This is a hyphen. A hyphen is that what joins two, right? I thought that's what she was talking about. Were you talking about hyphen, Shelly, or slash? What were you talking about?
When you put on your God, quit calling me. When you put it on your application, unless you have a resume, but I'm saying when you used to put it on your application, you would put N/A. I always put NA. So I guess inapplicable is a word as well. And I have heard applicable, but that may mean something else, or you may just be gay.
So why would you put that on your resume if you wanted
Because
NA?
you don't want to leave anything blank.
But
You'll
why
always
would
put
you
NA
put
or-
in Yeah, non-specific is a hyphenated word. That's when you would use a hyphen. Yeah, non-specific, like you join two words together. That's what a hyphen's for. I don't know what you do down there in Australia, TOS, but that's what we do up here. Crazy language they got down there underneath.
You like any of those?
My nose is running because it's like 47 degrees 42 degrees right now. It's like
no way. That's crazy.
fucking crazy cold up here.
Yeah.
I just put a jacket in my truck, so the next time I like go out and like I'm freezing, I don't have to freeze.
Is it a
I was
nice
smart enough to wear
jacket?
jeans. All right, so what was the point of this? What were we doing? Inapplicable? What?
Oh yeah, let's go to that because that's way more important than the Northern Lights.
No, it's not. You're just jealous because you don't have Northern Lights.
We do though. We have them. I just
No.
looked it up. All right, you guys see this?
No, you don't. Because if you look at that, like if you look at the second row down and all the way to the left, it shows that you have nowhere close to be able to see Northern Lights. So that's cool though. That works.
I mean, we have in the past. So whether you're looking at it like now or whatever, then maybe not.
No, I don't think you had in the past.
You guys don't know how to look stuff up, and I do. Here we go.
Well, I'm looking what you looked up, and it shows that you do not have Northern Lights.
Okay. I'll have to definitely debunk that.
Inapplicable.
So all right. So you're looking at these dashes here. Yeah, that shows you how to pronounce the word. They're not in the word. Those dashes are not in the word when you write it out. Oh my God, Shelly.
They're not in the word when you write it out. Correct.
Right. So what are you trying to say? Hit the speaker and see how it says. Go ahead.
No, I already did that. Look.
And what does it say?
This is what people fucking do, and that's incorrect. It stands for
NA is not applicable. That's what you're supposed to put as NA. Yes, when it doesn't apply, it says non-applicable.
Okay, or NA.
That's what you're supposed to put. No, NA is North America. You should be putting N/A. Well, I mean, you can put NA, but
It does stand for not applicable, but that is the proper. The NA is proper. Not
Right. I mean, you don't have to
infract
put the
A.
slash. Yeah. So what is the point? What I don't understand. What am I missing?
Well, with this, like, I mean, do it right.
This was
And
the
don't.
emergency you went live for. Is that what you're telling me right now? This right here.
Am I losing people? If not,
Yes.
then
Yes, you are.
clearly,
Like by
then
the
this is an
droves.
applicable show right now. Definitely it's very applicable to what's going on here. And I appreciate you
No.
sending people over to my emergency show. And that is that it just kind of teaches us that we can accept how you say the R after every fucking vowelistic
I
word.
kind of wish I didn't send anybody over because I'm kind of embarrassed right now. Not gonna lie.
Every single word that has a vowel at the end that you do say the R.
Okay, whatever. So this is my picture from tonight. So actually, I was recording the Northern Lights. So this is my picture. And this is like if you look to the bottom left, that's where the ducks were. That I don't know if you were listening at that point. I think you were probably trying to pronounce words, but so to the bottom left, that's where the ducks were. So I was actually recording it. So what I had to do was I had to jump off of StreamYards, go to my camera, do the whole freaking night scene thing. And then freaking, so I was recording them, but you couldn't see them through StreamYard, which is what I was trying to do. It sucks. The StreamYard sucks. Sucks balls. Not good for freaking like recording. Like
it could have been. It definitely could have been a lot better for us to see.
Yeah,
Is that
it's
it?
not cool.
Yeah.
So so what I had to do was go to the nighttime freaking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. This is where I was. All right, here we go. And it's so much. It almost looks like daylight. That's how much like.
Oh wait, let me put you on the main screen. Hold on.
All right. Actually, this is a better picture. Let me put this one on the main screen. So yeah.
Wow, main screen. You're saying that? That is cool.
So
is that your backyard?
No, that's where I was parked for like an hour or so waiting for the lights. But yeah, it sucks because you can't see it through StreamYard. Let me see.
So where did those come from? Australia?
No, way up north, North Pole.
Let me show you Florida, which is here for 2024.
All right, so there's another one.
News about Florida. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Depends on where you are. Well, thank you, Poppy. Depends on where you are. I guess you can see them. I mean, it depends on where the storm is. Like, you can see it throughout the country.
There's no guarantee.
Let me see. This is this is before I was using the night app. No, actually, that might be. No, that was it. All right. So those are the stars I was trying to show everybody, but you couldn't see through StreamYard. Let me see. I think that's pretty much it.
You have to be at a peak time to be able to see them. It might be very brief.
Oh, that's what it is, Hammy. Of course. So Northern Lights are green screen and to control the masses and divert attention. Yes.
Oh, I have to see them.
The Southern Lights or Australia were very visible last night and possibly the next 2 nights. It's just not over Florida. You can't see it over Florida. That's the only place they don't let you see it. They actually block.
It's not the only place. It says that you can see them in every state.
No, except for Florida. They actually put a dome over Florida so you cannot see them.
Oh, they do? That's horrible.
Courtesy of Ron DeSantis.
They take everything. They just shit on us. This is the thing, is that they manufacture these fucking hurricanes so that they can do the whole cleansing people. And that's their warfare. And like
that is correct.
just because they don't like DeSantis, they have to go to extremes to wreck his state. And I don't appreciate that. So that's just.
Can you highlight Wilma Dick Fix comment? That's actually a true story right there.
Everyone knows it's the gases that escaped from NIMI.
Yes, that is correct, GD. Rada, do you think Hammy is D-Band 2.0? Absolutely, just with better teeth. It doesn't look like Hammy ate gravel for a
I
living.
thought I thought Hammy was Rebel. I'm so oh my gosh.
Hammy's not Rebel, no.
Okay, definitely not. The Church
Don't
of
be
Four.
daft,
Don't be daft.
Wilma.
Wilma.
Glasses can't escape her gravitational. What? Gravitational.
Fictional well.
Oh,
Too bad that
poor, poor.
didn't happen.
You think
Oh.
whatever her name is? I am a mirage. So, what do you think about like you were a First Amendment auditor at one time for a short distance? What do you think about
Mhm.
Rebel and being recorded in public? How do you feel about that?
Like that's legal because if you can see it, you can film it.
Exactly. You cannot trespass what the eyes can see, which is a famous quote that many of the auditors say. And what do
Yeah.
you think about Abe being a former alleged law enforcement saying that that's people I can't say that they're following. I don't see any evidence of people actually like there's video of him like I don't see like when Rebel walks by, I don't see people like like continuing with him to follow him wherever he's going. All I see is somebody in a car. They're either driving or they're parked, and you see Rebel go from one side of the screen to the other, or you see him go forward, and then that's it. There's no following. I don't see any following. I don't see any harassment. I don't see any stalking. With that being said, with Abe seeing the same videos, how do you feel that Abe is saying that he agrees with Rebel and people shouldn't be recording him?
Well, I firmly believe that there's no expectation of privacy when you're in a public area.
So Abe
Um,
being alleged former law enforcement, do you think that affects his clouds his judgment of saying that? Because I mean,
I'm
I mean
pretty
he's
sure that that is the expectation or our
Mhm,
First Amendment in every single state. I mean, so I
mhm.
don't know. He's probably
By the
mistaken
way,
on.
shout out to the Sharon Police Police Department for upholding whoever is doing the recording their civil liberties and civil rights. Because I heard that Rebel went ahead and submitted those videos to the police
Mhm,
department, and the police officer said pretty much, listen, just like you have a right to film us when we go to your house,
mhm, mhm,
people have a right to film you
mhm.
in public. And also, just like when he went to McDonald's and he was filming everybody there because they got his order wrong, and he was filming private citizens. Private citizens can
I
film him.
remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Mhm. Shout
Well,
out
I
to
think
the
it's not normal behavior though to record somebody. And I mean, unless they're the
yeah,
paparazzi and they're a big fan of Rebels, then whatever. But he's a
hey,
public figure, and I mean,
he's a
I
public
wouldn't like
figure.
somebody doing it to me, and you wouldn't like somebody doing it to you. But
I had it done to me before at work. I had somebody record me.
that's right. Yeah. Mm,
And what did I
that's
do? I
worse.
simply stated my name and people made fun of for that. Why? Because I have nothing to hide. People recorded me at work before. I simply said hello. I didn't get all up, submitting I'm a even if I was out in public, like I had Huckleberry threaten that her big Sasquatch guy was going to come and record me, or he had recorded me for several days, and I guess the I don't know where the footage is, but whatever. So yeah,
Well,
um,
Rod, I give you props for. I mean, you definitely held it together whenever they were ambushing you at your job. It's just it's
it
not
wasn't an
cool.
ambush.
And they took advantage of it because they knew they could because you're a public servant.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't so much an ambush. I mean, it's like, I mean, Becky O had no idea who I was. I mean, she was just recording a incident, and we happened to show up after. I mean, she was already recording it, and we showed up, and yeah, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, you're in public, you're going to be recorded. I mean, I don't know what Rebel would make money if he joined IP2 and got TTS going. I don't think Becky with the good hero. I don't know. I'm not sure. LOL, sorry, she who won't be named. Rebel has changed his narrative on what he claims the officer said. Now he says the police are letting people record him because he recorded the cops. Definitely not true. That is absolutely not true. Because when Rebel went live the other day, he said that he was upset people were recording him, and the police said, no, I mean, just like you have a right to record us, we can record you. I mean, anybody can record you, and you record people. And like, if you always see Rebel, he always has his phone out recording. Always recording. He records in the supermarket. I don't see him ever like taking the phone away. He's always recording random people on his live stream. He's always recording cars driving by him. He recorded me. So I mean, people have a right to record. There's no expectation of privacy. Sorry. Maybe he should just stay home and is illegal. No, I'm not even going to get into that. That's all right. I'm not going to bring you into that. But anyways, yeah. So shout out to the Northern Borealises for the lights and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He recorded the guy he ran off to was shopping for a new apartment. That's right. He did. He recorded that guy he ran off who was shopping for a new apartment. Yep.
Well, we don't know that. It could have been a setup. We don't know.
I doubt
but he
it.
He recorded nonetheless.
I doubt it. I doubt that was a setup. Stop it. Like, I mean, this freaking guy, like Rebel, he's paranoid. That's half the problem. He's paranoid that people are coming to get him. And of course, people are like, well, you know, people are recording him. Well, he records people himself. I believe all the recording he did. He started all the recording everywhere. And then when he turned into a freaking little asshole ferret, that's when people started recording him back. Shout out to the Sharon Watchdog group, by the way. So
Rebel, Rebel, if you're hearing this, you really don't have to go after me. I mean, this isn't anything that hasn't been said already.
He's a gatekeeping piece of shit, and nobody's on his side anymore.
Oh, I heard him say that he doesn't mind people go wherever they want, and he can go wherever he wants. And it's like he used to mind that. He used to really just like X us out if we went somewhere where he didn't like his group.
Yeah, I think he's
and now he's changed his tune. He's not like that anymore.
Yeah, he's back to telling people, like, I guess people are going in his chat, and because they're hanging out in my live stream or because they know me or whatever, he's been blocking them again.
That's so stupid. Yeah, but that's because he wants to hang out with Bird and Geo2 and 303 and 0111. It's like that's the thing, is that he wants to hang out with people that a lot of people don't approve or whatever, like his group. So he says, you guys can go anywhere you want. Oh, now we can? Okay.
Yeah, well, he walked that back tonight and says that's no longer true.
That's right. Is X out better or worse than I thought? I don't know. It just came out that way, Hammy. It just came out. I don't know where that came from. He walked all that back tonight. Yep.
So he said he's blocking us because we were in Radas. That's absolutely correct. That's what he said.
Oh my gosh, it's so childish. It so is. How do TOS? Exactly. We still have to follow it. 100%.
That's not what Shiva's talking to TOS, which is actually name withheld for Google security purposes. That's who TOS is. That's who he's talking to.
Oh, hey, TOS, how you doing? Thank you for clarifying.
So, any damage? What's going on with your area? Any damage? What happened? All good?
I had some water seeping in from the sliding door, and some big fronds fell down from the palm trees, and pretty much, that was
power.
it. I still had power the entire time. People around me did not. For some reason, I got lucky.
You must have a lot of underground cables and shit. That's why you might have a lot of underground utilities.
They are very prepared. I've noticed that.
Did you ride the roof by any chance?
I skipped out on that. There was some advice to do that. Yeah, I figured.
And you didn't take.
I didn't. Advice. I figured I'd wait until the water got up to my neck before I took that route.
Yes. So buttons. All right. So buttons.
I don't see so buttons anywhere. Who wrote that?
Oh no, I just was reading something in my DMs. Shout out to Boston Rose for joining the Discord. Haven't seen Boston Rose in a while. She did get a role. Hillbilly
Rada,
man.
I was going back and looking at our old DMs, and I was going to find something that you said disparaging
Right.
about me, because I'm doing that now with all the old
Yeah, I only
DMs,
do it in public. I don't know if you know
right?
that, but yeah.
And I couldn't find anything, and I know we've had our difficulties, and I mean, I really like was hoping that I had something for content, and I couldn't find anything. So
Yeah, I only try to do that in public, so it's yeah.
yeah, so it's official and it's on the
Right.
record.
I like to put it on the record. Everything's on the record
Yes.
with me. Everything's on the record.
Yeah, from now on, that's just the way it is.
Shout out to the tent pick. Hello, Hammy, with my tent pick. The current recipient of the tent pick, the 2023 Raw tent pick, by the way. I think it was 2023. I gotta check that when that tent pick went around, when Amanda sent that around.
Wonder what that is.
Sugar Crit says he's also blocking everyone who gives me a heart in chat. Oh boy. So Happy Hippie just went ahead and gave a bunch of hearts.
Now I get it.
And I don't know if I want to bring this up while Happy Hippie's here, but I mean she knows about it, but
Floppy, I have no idea. Sounds like a D pick, but with a T, kind of a little bit.
Happy Hippie. I mean, basically, it was just basically about Rebel and like just being like
Hammy, I'm gonna delete that. You're not supposed to say it while he's here. Please don't bring back the Roz and BK Rose. Okay. Yeah, please. Come on, we've been doing good.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm sorry. I mean, just to get this is more of a serious point, but like because of October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we do know Happy Hippies. I mean, she's pretty public about it, how she's a breast cancer survivor and she had a double mastectomy. And God, I hope I'm talking about the right Happy Hippie. I think that's it's Happy Hippie.
Yeah.
Rebel went ahead and fucking totally disparaged her and said some shitty things about her. And said some shitty things about her survival. So, I mean, that's another reason why fucking Rebel should probably rot in hell and fucking the piece of shit that he is.
Why did he go there? Oh my gosh, I don't care how mad you are. Like, that's a medical situation that is life-threatening, and he went there? No, Rebel.
Because Rebel's a piece of shit.
Look.
Like, that's
Bad look. Bad karma.
I'm going to go ahead and put that in my Discord in the links room, actually, when Rebel was saying fucking disparaging things about Happy Hippie, so people can see how much of a Rebel is a piece of shit. And then wonders why nobody sticks up for him. So be on the lookout for that later.
For you on that, Rebel. I just can't. I like her too much, and I I feel for the people who have to endure that. It's
way to continue to be a piece of shit, Rebel, and continue to show everybody that you're a piece of shit. So nobody else has to prove that you're a piece of shit that you are. Great job, Rebel. Great job for being a piece of shit. Keep up the great work, stupid. It makes it less hard for us to go ahead and prove it.
I do think that Hippie, I mean, she knows about it. She knows what he did. I think she might have even made a video about it and how shitty that it was to do.
Actually, the video I saw that was released yesterday may have come from Happy Hippie. I'm not sure. Happy Hippie, is that video from you when Rebel was saying that shit about fucking
Punkylicious? I get that, and I have seen the good in Rebel. I really have. And I've gone back and forth, and that's the thing, is like it's toxic.
Punkylicious where? Punkylicious where? He's been through a lot. There is good in him. Where? Where is there good in Rebel? Just wondering. Because I mean, some people have like rosy colored sunglasses, like Abe. And God forbid anybody had ever had to endure that suffering or had to go through that in Abe's family or anybody else's family that sees Rebel, and he's saying pieces of shit like that shit. Like, fuck me. Like, how you fucking see anything good in Rebel? Fuck him. Like, he can fucking fuck right the fuck off. And I would say that about anybody.
Hmm.
I mean, you mind if I play it? I have it right here. I mean, if
No,
Happy Hippie doesn't mind.
no, I
No?
don't want
All
to
right.
read it.
All right.
Shelly, suck,
I'll,
fuck, or duck? Abe, Rada, GD. What's
I'll put
duck?
that
Leave?
suck, fuck, or duck. Like, ghetto, like, they don't want anything to do with the person.
Oh, okay. Fuck Rada.
Whoa, why? Whoa, that was quick.
Suck. Suck GD and duck Abe. Wait. But like Cliff's Notes, or asterisk, I have a boyfriend.
No, you don't.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, I'm not really happy
So
with
I
him right
posted
now. But
that. I'll post
that's
it
okay.
to my community. Abe is catching strays. You mean like his divot in his head?
No,
Abe's divot?
Birdo. Punky, I tried an experiment to be polite to Rebel for 1 year with hopes he'd change in the community. My experiment failed tremendously.
Yeah, you can't be nice to Rebel. Rebel's a fucking piece of shit, and like, and I went like after our little incident that I had when I pulled up after he's told me many times to pull up, acting like a little fucking tough guy ferret that he is, and ended up being a little bitch and calling the cops, like the little bitch that we all knew he was. After that incident, like I didn't say a fucking word about him, and people asked me about it. I stopped freaking saying shit to him. You know, I tried to freaking just be like, listen, this motherfucker has gone out and said he's going to file a harassment order. I'm just not going to say anything just in case he does. I have my evidence. He doesn't have shit. Clear victory for me. Clear victory. However, now he's getting bored. And now he's saying that I am filming him without actually any proof. He has absolutely no proof. He went live the other day and said he saw me in my truck, and his mom saw me in his truck, and that they were witnesses to seeing me in my truck filming him. Yet he has no evidence. He has no video, which everything is on video with him. If he thinks somebody's recording him, he would put him on video. I mean, we saw the poor guy looking for an apartment. If that was me, he would have had me on film, but this is the problem. He recorded some random stranger looking for an apartment, but he didn't film me recording him. I find that hard to believe.
I
Because
think he
he
did,
no.
right? Didn't you see him filming?
No, I'm talking
Didn't you
about
see
2
him?
days ago when somebody was supposedly recording him, and he said that I was following him again.
Oh, I didn't hear about 2 days ago. Okay,
Well,
I
2
thought this
days
was the
ago, he
last.
said he saw me. Like he alleges that he saw me and his mom saw me filming him and saw my truck, but yet there is no recording of it because we know he records everything. And that same day, when he's pushing his little shopping cart and his mom's walking tall behind him, he has his phone in his hand, but yet there's no recording.
Is it really him on the shopping cart?
Absolutely, it's him, and it's him and his mom. Absolutely.
Okay, so people are harassing him then.
No, that's not harassing. That's somebody sitting there, and as they're walking by, they're sitting there with like that looks like a dash camera. I have a dash camera. A lot of people have dash cameras.
That's like a PI, you know.
No, I mean it would be harassing him if he walked by and then you see the car with the camera like following him home. Nobody does that.
Posting it here for content. So, what does this mean? Stop throwing cats at Abe, people. What does that mean?
Because it said he was catching strays. The way it's going, Wilma, he's going to be living in a cart, and I am not Sharon Watchdog, and he's in public. So if he walks by and somebody catches it on their dash cam, oh well, like it's a random shot. It's not like they waited there all day to freaking. And he did steal the cart from the Shars at freaking Canton, Mass. I believe that's Canton, Massachusetts. I think it's right over the line from Sharon.
Never heard of that before.
But he did steal this the shopping cart from there, and admitted to it on live stream. You're not supposed to take it off the premises, according to common.
The way you say it, you say it like it's such a normal, common thing. You're not supposed to do that.
Well,
So
you're not
odd.
supposed to like walk a mile away. I mean, it's probably about a half a mile away from his house.
I'm trying to think if I've ever done that before, and I just can't think of a time that I did.
If the shopping cart is a rocking, that means Ellen and Rebel are knocking boots. Knocking boots all night long.
Does Rebel think
Anyways,
it's
yes,
funny
that's
when
not
we talk-
harassment.
Does he
Sorry.
think it's funny when we talk about the shopping cart or not?
Well, he has a history of taking shopping carts. Like he actually said that he had
Stop
like
it.
like when he
Please.
huh?
No, that's not. Is that true? That's not true.
When he was living in West Roxbury, he said he had a collection in his backyard because he would take them from the store and he would have them like there and he would forget to bring them back. He would go back to the store and bring them back like it was a freaking he had a and this is all on live
like
streams.
it's a shopping cart graveyard in the backyard.
Yeah. There are car collectors and then there are cart collectors. See? I mean, whatever you want to collect.
Oh, and there's also can collectors. So we know
There
that.
are can collectors. That's correct.
Yeah, DFK.
But you've been in a lot more trouble taking a
DFK.
cart home than a can. Mm-hmm.
Like I was saying, DFK had about 7 huge garbage bags filled with cans.
Did you ever plan on?
I think he did. I think he told me that after I left, he did, and I don't know how. I think he got like $70 or maybe $700. I'm not sure.
Oh, $770 is a big difference, but yeah. So Sugar Crits, that's right. He said he had 10 shopping carts hidden in their shed when they were evicted from his grandmother's house. Yeah, absolutely. Because he never brought them back. He would always have them and he'd go somewhere, pick up a cart, bring it back home, put it in his shed, and he would allegedly try to bring it back, but he never did. And then he got evicted from his grandmother's house. Shockingly, he's going to be evicted again. I see the pattern here, and then he is.
Not true. It's not true, Sugar Crits. It's funny.
You obviously do not know the history of Rebel, or you're just being ignorant to some things that Rebel has done.
Well, I don't know this history. No.
Exactly. I mean, he said it on live streams before. Like when he gets up there and speaks for hours on end, a lot of times hold on, I'll send you thank you, Sugar Crits. Sugar Crits will send the video. Like when he goes live and he just spews for hours on end, this is his problem. Like he talks himself into these things. Like he talks himself into his own problems. Mm-hmm. And this is what happens. He's holding carts like baseball cards. He's hoping they gain value one day. It's like Bubbles. I asked him, who was he? Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys? Like what Bubbles would do from Trailer Park Boys, he would take the carts like that he would find like an embankment or behind this or find them whatever, and if they were like in shitty condition, he'd fix them up and try to sell them back to the supermarket. Like who is he? Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys? Like what is he doing? Like Jesus.
No, I don't hear about these things, and I guess it's because I was friends with him, and I didn't want to. I kind of blocked out everything that people were saying. I really did. I mean, I heard this kind of shit he said about me, obviously, and I recorded some of that stuff. It was really bad. I mean, he called me all kind of names, and it's just not cool.
Yeah, he did. He does that because, again, he was a very troubled. Like, I'm not going to say troubled child. That's wrong because he was never troubled. Like. Him and his fucking upbringing, like, of course it's shitty, but that's his own fucking behavior. He has a chance to get away from his mom, but because he's a fucking grown-up child,
that's true, Biff. Yeah, he had it on the screen for 2 days, and I got tons of unknown calls.
Oh, when he docks your phone number, exactly. Being a piece of shit.
That was really bad. I don't think he ever really apologized for that.
No, of course he doesn't, because he's a shitbag. This is what Rebel does, and this is why people fucking do this shit to Rebel. Whether it be right, wrong, and indifferent, he can't fucking complain about it.
I think what happens is that
if you want to take a look at it, this is Tim talking about the shopping carts.
I think what happens is that I'll go to his channel And
Mhm.
like right away, I'll think, oh,
Sorry
now
to
he's
hear that.
being nice. So I'll say hi to him. And
Mm.
it's, yeah. And then it goes from there.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. But here we go. Let's take a look at what Rebel has to say.
That I like. The one thing is like you always have to have a car. You know, at all times you pretty much need a car to get around in places like where I live. Whereas where I lived before, you know, there was always public transportation. There was always the bus near me. There was a bus stop like right near my home. So even if I didn't have a car, like it was easily accessible to get where I wanted to get. Even if it was like the supermarket was like a little far in my old house. Like it was about maybe like 20 minutes walk, 25 minutes or something. So like I still had to push the carriage back home when I had like food and shit.
Carriage?
And you know, I used to bring back like an entire
Yeah, carriage is in the shopping cart. Like carriage, shopping cart, buggy. I think some people call them buggies. Oh, by the way, this is his old address in West Roxbury, Massachusetts.
So it's not a docks.
It's not a docks. It's his old address. He doesn't live there anymore. This is the place he was evicted from. He doesn't live there anymore. Again, he was evicted from there, so he's not. This is not a docks. This is his old address. And that's the Star Market, which is the supermarket that he went to. And they actually did a Google search, and it's like a 16-minute walk. So that's what he's complaining about, the 16-minute walk from the Star Market back to where he lived. I know exactly actually where that is. Holy shit. I've driven West Roxbury Parkway. Wow. I know exactly where that, because I think right above that is yeah. All right, let's play this. Continue, shall we?
carriage packed full of food back in the day, you know, when we lived at our old house. And so I used to push it even in the wintertime. I pushed the whole carriage back home because like there was no other way I was going to be able to take the food back home without pushing it. And, you know, at first it was embarrassing because there's cars, people look at you and stuff, and, you know, people give you the look. And then, you know, and plus I thought, oh, are the police going to stop me and give me shit for pushing a carriage of food back home or something like that, you know? And plus it looks ghetto as shit. But after a while, like I was just like, you know what, I toughened up and I got some balls, and I was just like, you know what, if someone gives me shit, like fuck them. Like, you know, I have my mother who's disabled at home. It's not like there's any other way for me to bring the food back home. And I didn't have a car at that point yet. So the only thing I could do was push the carriage of food back home, a full carriage, 20-minute walk, you know, even through like the rain and the snow and shit. And I'd still do it because like I knew we needed food. And I had to be the one to go out to get it because at that time I had no idea about Instacart. So yeah, at that time I had no idea that there was even Instacart. Like I barely went online. I barely used apps. I barely had any idea about like Uber and how it worked and shit. So I wasn't like, you know, and it's funny because I was working Uber. I was doing Uber Eats at that time, but I had no idea that they had a whole delivery service for like grocery shopping and shit.
All right, so did you hear that? One, we have a problem. First problem is he did say he's pushing carts all the way home. So he was taking them from the supermarket, leaving 20 minutes away, pushing it all the way to his house. All right, which is illegal. We went over, and if you didn't miss my live stream from yesterday, we did go over the law in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So he did push it all the way home. Second, he says that he didn't have a car. All right. And then several like seconds later, he starts saying that he worked for Uber Eats at the time. So which one is it? Did you have a car or did you work for Uber Eats? How can you work for Uber Eats if you didn't have a car? I mean, were you using your bicycle maybe?
Did they loan a car for Uber Eats?
They do not loan cars for Uber Eats. No, you have to have your own car and everything to do it.
Okay, because I've never gotten. I mean, we have.
Yeah, no, I mean it's just like Uber, but you just do Uber Eats. Like, I mean, I'm sure you can do more than one, but no, it's the same thing. Nope. You got to provide your own shit, or you don't work, and so that's why
he had
Rebel.
The van, right?
What's that?
Didn't he have the van?
I don't know at what time frame this was. I'm not sure. Yeah, they also have a plan. Oh yeah, that's right. Uber Eats also has a plan where they pay for college for you. Yes. Come on, Shelly. We're Antarctic.
No, but like Amazon, like they offer a vehicle.
No, they well, if so here's the thing is that if you work for Amazon, yes, they offer a vehicle. However, they also make you use your own car sometimes. Like sometimes if you order Amazon, like at least around here, sometimes you'll see Amazon drivers come around with their own car, like
Your
it's
own
their own
car?
private car, and they're tossing packages and going on. Like it depends. So yeah, but most of the time, Amazon does offer their own. But they're like a brick and mortar store. Like they actually have their own business. Where Uber Eats is just like you go to a restaurant. It's like it's not Uber's restaurants. It's somebody else's
Yeah. I
restaurants.
mean, I know Uber. I mean, I've taken
Yeah,
Uber, obviously. I know they have
yeah.
their own
It's
car.
the same thing.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, no, you have to bring your own shit. So I mean, basically, the moral story is it's like, were you driving? Which you said no, you weren't driving at Rebel said I wasn't driving at the time. I was bringing cars. I was bringing shopping carts back from Shaw's or Star Market at the time back home, and he didn't have a car. And then he says, "Well, I was working for Uber Eats at the time." I mean, I'll play that really quick again, and then we'll continue on with the
So he
video.
had a brown Chevy Cavalier, and then he had the red Dodge Caliber.
Mhm.
Okay, thanks, Sugar Crits.
I mean, he says it all himself. I mean, he sits there for hours on end and tells us the story. People just listen at different times, and we catch the lies. So let's listen in.
Shit, and I thought it was gonna had a Uber and how it worked online. So yeah, at that time, I had no idea that there was even Instacart. Like I barely went online. I barely used apps. I barely had any idea about like Uber and how it worked and shit. So I wasn't like, and it's funny because I was working Uber. I was doing Uber Eats at that time, but I had no idea that they had a whole delivery service for like grocery shopping and shit. And I thought it was going to be like this extraordinary amount of money just to get someone to like to tip them and all that stuff. So I literally pushed the entire carriage home, and man, I would do it again still if I didn't have a car because I'd rather go to the supermarket myself to know what I'm buying. It's easy, it's quicker, it's more simple. Like,
And this is pretty much what I showed yesterday. Here's
Look
where
at
the
this. You guys are crazy.
Mass General Law, pretty much, yeah, it's larceny.
So
Prime.
he
It's
said, I
gonna
didn't
be in
know
a
how Uber. He said, I didn't know how Uber Eats works, and I didn't work for Uber Eats. How do you not
yeah,
know how it works, but you work?
yeah,
That
yeah,
doesn't make sense. That
yeah,
doesn't make sense at all.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Prime, instead of being a
confusing.
doxing piece of shit like you usually are, how about you just go fuck right the fuck off, Prime? Because nobody wants you around. I'm not sure how else to tell you. I mean,
See,
between
I
you and
don't
Abe, people
see
telling you
him.
to get the fuck away. I mean, no means no, Prime. No means no, you doxing piece of shit. Thank you.
Yeah, if you guys can, block him or whatever, because I don't see him, and I already blocked him. But he was
No, he's trying
doxing
to.
me in my own private chat.
Yeah, no. Now he's trying to be coming up as Pink Birdo, and this is again my example with Prime. Prime goes around and says like he gets upset and he like obviously and he's another one he was a difficult child to raise. Again, I bet his parents sat there and just gave him whatever he wanted because he was a very difficult child to raise. And this is why he comes around and just expects everything now. This is why he cannot take no as an answer because he was never given the answer like, no, don't do this. Because Prime was obviously, again, like a very difficult child. And we can see that because here he is once again trying to get up on panel as somebody else because he would never be allowed up on panel under his own name. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because
I
nobody
mean,
wants him on
let's
panel.
face it. I like a lot of us were difficult children, but you grow up and
Uh,
you learn how to,
Maybe his parents were the shitty parents. I mean, no offense, Prime, but
fit
maybe his
in,
parents were
kind
just
of.
shitty parents and just couldn't handle him, or he was just that bad of a child to raise. I don't
He
know.
never grew up.
He just never grew up. I mean, he has the mentality of a child. I mean, we see how he came up on panel the other couple nights ago on Lisa B's. Like he just sat there and started meowing while people were trying to have an actual grown up conversation, and all he just kept on doing was meowing and talking over people. I mean, that's why people don't want Prime around, and he just keeps on coming around. I don't know why. I mean, because some people do. They want to milk him as a low cow that he is, and that's unfortunate that you're giving him false hope.
Yeah, Prime. It gets boring. It gets old.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna
Yeah.
watch?
Oh, let's continue the video.
Yeah.
Shall we? Let's see.
Mhm.
What else we got?
Like I don't have to wait. Like whenever I'm waiting for something, whether it be delivery service or whether it's like an item on Amazon or Google, even just anything. And like I always have to anticipate it and I think about it too much. And oh my God, are they gonna come? You know, like it's gonna, show up. When are they gonna show up? I just anticipate shit way too much. And so that's why I like taking care of things myself when it comes to like shopping and shit. Cause like I hate having to wait. I hate having to like make it feel like it's like a
And
drug
here's
deal.
Prime,
Like,
another
oh, I have to
example of
wait
being
for
a
my
difficult
fix.
child.
And, oh, I just- when
Hate
I
having
get
to
those
wait.
candy bars that I chose to get at the supermarket. I have to wait till Jorge gets here. With his Hyundai pulling up. That's supposed to come at the back at 2:15.
And that's an excellent point there, Sugar Crits. Instant gratification, and that's what Prime need. I mean, Rebel needs. I mean, you just heard it there. He doesn't want to wait for people. He doesn't want to wait that somebody's going to deliver something. He wants it right away. He wants instant gratification, and that's the problem. Is that when Rebel does this, when you go ahead and donate to him, if you don't donate enough, he gets mad at you and starts doxing you and doing that shit. So,
Do you
yeah.
think he was being racist a couple of seconds ago? It sounded like it. If you want to go back, as far as like, I don't know, saying.
Well, I don't know
names
if that's
and-
being racist. I mean, that's kind of I
That's
think
a
that'd
threat?
fall more under prejudice being.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd fall more under prejudice.
Yeah, it's not a hate
Assuming
thing.
that somebody is of the Latino background, delivering stuff. Oh, Vespa, yes. You had a Vespa, right?
I had many.
And I have to
Vespas.
schedule the time right so I'm there at that time, and I have to be there to make sure I open the door for Jorge. And it's a whole frustrating thought process of
Yeah,
thinking
look
that
at you
someone's gonna
guys.
get food and get it right and get all the food I want and shit. So I mean, my way of looking at it either way was I would still done that because I still wanted to buy what I wanted to get and know what I was getting. So. Did I bring back the shopping cart when you were done? So that's the funniest part. I'm glad you brought that up, John Golf. So what happened is back then I used to push so many carriages of food back home and shit that eventually I had about like, I don't even know, 10, 15 carts back in the back of my yard, like in the shed. And so I put them back in the shed in the yard. And I used to hide them because I didn't want them to guys. So I don't even know so John Golf. I should buy what I wanted to bring food and get it right.
Killing me.
Sure, I open the door for process of thinking that someone's gonna bring food and get it right and get all the food I want and shit. So I mean, my way of looking at it either way was I would still done that because I still wanted to buy what I wanted to get and know what I was getting. So I'm glad you brought that up, John. Bring back the shopping cart when you were done. So that's the funniest part. I'm glad you brought that up, John Golf. So shop buy what I wanted to get and know what I was getting. So. Did I bring back the shopping cart when you were done? So that's the funniest part. I'm glad you brought that up, John Golf. So what happened is back then I used to push so many carriages of food back home and shit that eventually I had about like, I don't even know, 10, 15 carts back in the back of my yard, like in the shed. And so I put them back in the shed in the yard, and I used to hide them because I didn't want them to be seen by the public. It wasn't like I was like trying to cover it up or anything like that, but I just knew I was like, man, I got to find a way to bring them back at some point, and I can't fit them in my car. So, how am I going to go about this? I need someone who has
a car.
a car.
Hold on, push
Just knew I was like, man, I got to find a way to bring them back at some point. I can't fit them in my car. I just knew I was seen by the public. It wasn't like I was like trying to cover it up or anything like that, but I just knew I was like, man, I got to find a way to bring them back at some point, and I can't fit them in my car. So, man, public. It wasn't like I was like trying to cover it up or anything like that, but I just knew I was like, man, I got to find a way to bring them back at some point, and I can't fit them in my car. So, how am I going to go about this? I need someone who has a truck at some point, maybe.
Oh,
So
weird.
now you hear him say that he has 15 carriages in his freaking shed right now, which is actually his grandmother's shed. 15 carriages. And then he says, well, I have no way to bring them back. I can't fit them in my car. Well, why are you pushing carriages home if you have a car? And you said you don't have a car. This is why, this is why Hammy doesn't want me up here, because she's mad that I'm making fun of her boyfriend.
It's so funny and so absurd that it's worth talking about. Because if you have a car and let's say you just don't buy as many groceries then, and make 2 trips or something. Is it worth walking instead of taking? What did he do? Put a rope and tow it home or something? Like, why would he need it?
Well, I'm just confused on why, if he has a car, why he's pushing carriages back home. Well, which one is it? You have a car, or are you pushing carriages back home?
And what's the point to lying about that? If you have a car, cool. If you're pushing carriages, I wouldn't talk about it.
Homeless people take carts all the time. Well, Rebel's not homeless yet, and Rebel has a car, unlike homeless people. So you're okay with Rebel stealing from a store when he's too busy
Never okay.
crying about people harassing him and following him around? As you can see, Rebel was a piece of shit before many of us even knew him. And it seems like Rebel's always going to be a piece of shit.
Hammy City Sports. We have a new name here. So
Hammy City Sports.
I think it's fitting.
Hello, Hammy City Sports. Welcome.
Welcome to the panel.
So, I don't know if we need to go any further with this, but yeah, that just...
What else? I want to hear. What else? This is interesting.
He's admitting to it. Well, I don't want to bore anybody else. That's why you got to give a little teaser and let people watch it.
Okay, we'll go to Blues.
Get away from those copyright things. You give a little teaser and then you let people watch it on their own, and they can, filter in their own information.
Hi, adjust your focus. So go to Blues too. The dude, he likes Rebel. He puts out a lot of things, that Rebel says.
Hey,
this is weird. This is just weird. I kind of want to talk to him about this. Like, what was your motive for this? And he exposes himself, and he actually will just start to disclose things that he normally wouldn't, because he's either tired and he doesn't want to get off the live stream because he's addicted, or he's bored, so he stays on the live stream. Who knows?
God forbid he goes out and gets a fucking job, but whatever.
Right, and that would take up a lot of his time and bring, and generate revenue. So
right. No, I know you're not saying that, Punky, but you're saying that homeless people take carts all the time. Yeah, I get it, but that's usually the same cart. Rebel says he has 15. Like, there's no excuse for him. He says he even has a car and he drives to the supermarket. So why is he walking to the supermarket? And basically, what's his grift here? That's what we're trying to say. So this is why he's grifting, and this is why he's just looking for sympathy. He comes here and says, "Oh, I don't have a car. I need a car. I need this. I need that." Yet here he is admits that he has a car. So what is his grift? What is his What's he trying to What's he trying to promote here? What's his point to this, basically?
Make sense of this. Make it make sense.
No, he didn't over-exaggerate the amount. I know, Punky, you're trying. You're trying hard, Punky, but he's still the piece of shit. Sorry, Punky. He really did have that many carts. Yeah.
Build a bear of carts.
Here's what he could have done. He could have gone to the store, put everything he needed in that cart, go there, check out, bring it home, okay? Which is still illegal. I don't condone it, but it's still illegal, but he could have done that. Then when he went to the store the next time, take that cart and bring it back to the store, even trade it out if he wanted to, put that cart back, grab another one, do what he did, throw everything in, and go back home. And that would have still been only one cart. Still illegal, but it's better than the 10 to 15 that he had in his shed. But he's not like that.
So when I was on my Vespa and I had to get Christmas gifts or groceries, the way that I would do it was that I'd have a backpack, so I'd be able to put stuff in there, and I'd have some other bags I could put on the handles, but they weren't like, they were actual like shopping bags, like the cloth ones. And he could have had those and walked with those, and you can definitely fit a lot more in, and they won't break, like plastic bags or paper bags, and a backpack. So I don't know. There's other ways to do it than stealing some carts and hoping nobody sees you, because they will. For sure. You're not invisible. So
No.
he
And
has stock in
that's
grocery
great.
cart
You love
manufacturing.
everybody, but unfortunately, you're loving a piece of shit named Rebel City Sports. Who's just
Well,
a piece of
there's
shit.
people who do like him, so we have to at least.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not here to gatekeep anybody. People get to like who they want. In fact, the people who used to accuse me of gatekeeping are actually currently gatekeeping, which is, I find it ironic and funny. But that's another story for another day. But as far as Rebel goes, well, you do what you want with Rebel, but when he starts doxing you, don't cry to the public. Like, I know why he's doxing me. I don't fucking care. I mean, he's doxed me before because I know he's a fucking loser piece of shit. And he's a little bitch. Rebel is a whiny little bitch. And I proved that because I sat across the street from him one day and I looked him into his eyes and I said, "What do you want to do, son?" And it was all live stream. And he didn't want to do anything. He just wanted to call the police, which just continued to show me how much of a little fucking bitch he is after all these years of being on YouTube, telling people how he was going to, some people call me that too. Yeah, but do you see me stealing shit? Like, this is funny how, like, you say this shit, but some people call you that too. But who does?
I mean, a thief is a thief. You can't really.
I mean,
deny that.
exactly. Like
The only
you're
difference
actually
with
right
the law
now.
is like how much you're stealing, the amount.
Right. So right now, Punky is comparing me to Rebel because other people call me a piece of shit. So that means I'm automatically like Rebel level. Like you have to see the people who are calling me a piece of shit. Those are the people that have their mirrors broken in their houses because they do the same exact shit. Yet, like,
I don't think I would have called the cops unless I felt threatened, and I don't know if he did feel threatened or not. I'm not the type to call the cops. It's not my very first thing. I like to handle shit because I can.
Well, the problem is you can't walk at least a block away from your house when you're in fear of your life to film somebody driving by your house. And then to say that you're in fear to not only move from that spot to go even further away from your house, because in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, you have a duty to retreat. Like if you feel that you're in fear, you have a duty to retreat. You have to go back inside your house and be like, all right, I'm in fear now. Something needs to be done. That's the difference between us and Florida, where it's stand your ground. You can stay there and freaking be like, like whatever you want to do and defend
How
yourself.
did you know that? That's funny that you knew that. Anyway.
In Florida, that was because of that whole that security guard, not Abe security guard, but that security guard that shot that kid.
Yeah. Oh, George Zimmerman.
Yeah, him. Yeah, that's where
in Sanford, Florida. Mm-hmm.
Punky is undercover car thief. Yes, that's correct.
You don't have to shush Punkylicious. You can definitely
absolutely AYF. 3 years of his various stunts has jaded us, and it's time to vent. Absolutely, because this is the shit he does, and then he wants to say that everybody else is at fault. It's everybody else's fault, and this is why, like, people are, oh, poor Rebel, poor Rebel. Well, Rebel doesn't do anything to help himself. Rebel doesn't do anything to better himself. And he wants to complain about all this shit and be like, oh my God, I can't believe these people are doing this shit to me. Fuck off.
Punkylicious, did he ever like call you a cunt and go off
Probably.
Scream at you and
probably. And Punkylicious probably forgave him.
Well, Sweet and I talked to him. We're like, we can't put up with this abuse anymore. And that's what we said behind the scenes. So
and think of like and you donated to him. That's like you donated to this kid, and then because the well ran dry.
I did.
For whatever reason.
I did. It was barely under $50 the entire time that I knew him. So
You know what? That's barely under $50 more than I freaking donated to him. And listen,
I mean, he had a
nobody owes
birthday
Rebel
and
anything.
shit like that. So
Yeah, but listen, nobody owes Rebel anything for going live. Like, this is a free format. Like, anybody can come on YouTube and listen in what you have to say. That's what's great about YouTube. But if you want to donate to the person, you can absolutely donate to the person. That is great to do. However, Rebel expects you to donate to him. And once you do donate to him, and if you stop, that's when he's an asshole to you. And that's when he expects you to donate.
And that's not an exaggeration, guys. And I'm sure a lot of you know that.
How
That
many
is very
people-
true.
How many people has donated to him, and then once they can't, for whatever reason, for personal reasons, they stop? Why is it that he goes and fucking goes on a fucking tantrum and starts doxing people? Like, because again, it's that instant gratification thing. Like, it has to be now. He has to have money now. Like, how dare you not donate to me? Like, fuck off, Rebel.
But he never asked for money for food, essentials or
Of
anything like
course he
that.
doesn't. He doesn't ask for money for food. He doesn't ask for money for rent. He never asked money to help him out for rent because he never thought he was going to get kicked out of his place.
Or like
Now-
medications or, just things that you need. You don't need cigarettes and weed to live. You just don't. And he can get mad at all he wants, but it's true.
Like, and the thing is, it's like he says this all the time. He says that he was homeless before, which is absolutely true. He was homeless before. However, he was living in a car. He no longer has a car to live in. I don't know exactly where he thinks he's going to be living now. Like, I mean, yeah, there's shelters.
We have like homeless camps and stuff, I think, or you can like.
I don't.
where most
Well, I
people
mean, he
go
could do
with a
that. But I
tent.
mean, he's going to be in a rude awakening being in a homeless camp. I mean,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
there are
people
shelters.
steal from you too.
But the problem with shelters is those are temporary. Like, you get kicked out during the day. Like, you have to go find something to do. Then you can come back at night. And even a lot of those shelters, they have a lottery. So it doesn't guarantee you to be that.
Well, I
busy.
hope he wins the lottery then. I mean, that way he can kind of pay off stuff and be under a roof.
But I guess Rebel has everything figured out. God bless him. I guess Hammy can allow him into her house. Maybe Hammy can.
Yeah.
Maybe Hammy City Sports can freaking bring him in. Hammy City Sports.
Yeah,
will you house him?
Hammy wants to give him a chance, but I don't know why.
Well, Hammy drinks a lot, so there's that.
Yeah, well,
It's
she
weird.
said
You
objectively,
wouldn't
out of this, I would cheer on any rando starting a cart collection in the shed. I don't give a fuck about Shaw's.
It's
That's why
it's funny
that's
that
why
we
the prices are going up because of this.
It's funny that like these new people come around, and this happens all the time with Rebel. Like, a new people come around, they're like, "Oh, poor Rebel, poor Rebel." Cool. Good luck in a month or two. You'll see who he is, and here we go. Oh yeah, car and motel. So here's the thing: car and motels previously, and that's when he was actually raising money on Facebook. They were going on Facebook and raising money for his homelessness, and people were donating to him. And that's when they finally, that's when there were news articles about him, because people were asking, like, wait a minute, I just donated to this guy. And people started finding out because, Facebook or wherever they were. So that's when they went to Turtle Boy, and that's why they got exposed. And
I think he makes a lot of money. I think he does.
I don't think he makes.
With getting donations. I think so.
No, I don't think he makes that much. Oh, the Facebook scam was for open brain surgery. That's correct.
His mom. Yeah.
No. Yeah, his mom. His mom was allegedly, and the government does not pay his rent and his food bill, and which is why he doesn't grift for those things. They're in the rears. It's been court documents. That's why he's behind in rent, because they do pay some of his rent, but not all of it, and that's why he's behind.
Well, here in Florida, like they call it food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
So that helps out a lot for people. But with 2 people, I mean, what could they get? Like $100 or something like
Right.
that? It's a really
Exactly.
low amount.
That's even if he gets money. I mean, some people say that basically that she, I guess she's pretty much like the caretaker of him. So like she gets money for raising him and whatever his problems are in life. And obviously like he's not correcting them or trying to fix them or medicating them. So I don't think like, I don't know. Like, I think it's just her and that's it. Like she gets enough for her and that's it. Like, but there's a reason why they're getting booted again, just like they were getting booted from the grandma house.
If he were, I just wish that he were more humble, because if you look past all the shit he's done, Rada, seriously, he has some talent. Like he can talk, he can like for hours, which is a good thing. He's a wordsmith, and he can rap, which is it's pretty funny. And he can be nice, he can be, but he needs that humility. Well,
Rebel doesn't have his own benefits. He refuses to file for his own, so he eats half of her food allowance meant to feed one person. And I think there's something, the way his mom still babies him, he's not very talented. Punky, stop it. If he was very talented, somebody would have scooped him up already. Stop it. Anyways,
look at Punkylicious, so cute.
I think Punkylicious might be drinking tonight, or she's very heavily medicated, or she's been up
trolling so badly, trolling.
So anyways, with that being said, with Rebel, I don't think I forgot my point now. I was about the food allowance. Yeah, I think because his mom still babies him. Punky got hacked. That's exactly what it is. I think that's what it is. Undisciplined talent is worthless. Absolutely. Like, I mean, you see so many stars fall, like, you know, and that's why I think there's a lot of one-hit wonders, is because they're just undisciplined. They come out, they make that one song, and then they're like, all right, I'm famous, I'm going to do what I want. And they're like, no, this is how it works in this business. And they're like, whatever. So they left.
Newsflash. Punkylicious.
Yeah, you're trolling. Sugarcrit says he claimed that he tried to file for disability at 18. No idea why, what disability he claimed, or why, or if it was denied. Yeah, so he tried to claim. Yeah, I think mommy. Whatever reason, I think mommy is. I don't know. I think mommy is just like overbearing. Like he just like mommy's like, that's why mommy doesn't want poison in her little baby bouncing baby fucking boy's body. Like when he came out of the fucking nut house when he was locked up for the weekend, he was fine. He was fine for a little bit because he had meds. And I don't think freaking mommy wanted him to be on meds because it's poison. And now we see him acting the way he is again because he's a fucking lunatic, fucking paranoid. And we see them get into fights. Like they just had a fight a couple weeks ago when they're screaming at each. Well, at least his mom was fucking acting like a complete lunatic.
Mm-hmm. I want to say that if a person does not work for like a year and they have any kind of like a not any kind of, but a mental illness or a physical disability that keeps you from working, you have a very high chance of getting the disability.
Yeah, for whatever reason. I don't know if he gets denied or what the deal is, but like, yeah, he said he did try to file at 18. Imagine at 18 you're trying to file and you get denied. I mean, I don't know. Try again, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, that's the point where people start going to college and they start,
Oh, absolutely they are, Sugar Crits. Yeah, absolutely are. They're estranged from the rest of their family. That's why their family wants nothing to do with them. And that's the reason why the grandmother enabled him and his mom. Absolutely. Because they tried, like, I guess she felt bad. And that's why the rest of the family wants nothing to do with them, because the rest of the family knows that they're shitbags. And that's why that's what happened with the grandma. They still tried, but while she was in the freaking nursing home, they still tried to freaking steal from her. they thought like they were getting money. Like, I mean, Rebel said it too. Like, he thought he was getting all the grandma money because like he thought he was the baby boy. And no, fucking Rebel's a fucking just a all out degenerate piece of shit.
Hammy, you're out of control right now.
Yeah, Hammy City Sports. Calm down. Calm down, Hammy City Sports.
Yeah, you're too high right now.
When did humans become too good for oh my god. Yeah, I already read it. So yeah, calm down, Hammy City Sports.
I already read it.
If you tell people Rebel to go beg in public so he has to look his donors in the eye, he gets pissed. Exactly. Go on the street corner and beg. You know how much he could make, like standing at the end of his fucking little freaking road there, like where he like gets his freaking shopping carts, where he steals them from. But he'd rather not. He doesn't want to look them in the eye. He wants to come on here where it's more anonymous. And then when you stop giving to him, he can freaking dox you and shame you into giving to him.
He could maybe live stream, possibly. At least then he's.
Well, of course he's going to live stream because he thinks people are going to come and get him. That's all he does is in public. And this is why he's full of shit when he thought he saw me, because you know he live streams all the time when he leaves his house. And that's why he didn't see me, because he has no video of me. He's a lying piece of shit. That's what Rebel is. Rebel just continues to lie to people, and that's why people feel bad for him, because he says what people want to hear. By the way, right now it's at 1% of me and having any chance of looking at some Aurora Borealises. Sorry, 1% here.
Okay.
So maybe I'll have to try again tomorrow.
Take care. I'm tired. I'm out of steam right now.
So you're out of steam? Why are you out of steam?
It's 2:30 and it's late.
He was live when the photo was taken yesterday. Exactly. So when the photo was taken of him, he
look at Amy.
What would you do if your son was at home crying all alone on the bedroom floor because he's hungry, but the only way to feed him was sleep with a man for a little bit of money? I think that's what Hammy would do. Punkylicious was unable to see some Aurora Borealises, so let's help Punky out by showing her this photo of some Aurora Borealises. There you go. Let's help out Punky with showing this photo of some Aurora Borealises with this one. Oh, that's the same one.
Like a rainbow at night. Oh, so pretty.
There's some Aurora Borealises for you, since you weren't able to see them. And right now we have a 1% chance. So yeah.
1%. Make sure you close this out so you'll have enough for the ride home in case you need
it. Gina Frank.
That's it. Oh.
I'm not sure who that is. Welcome.
I don't know who that is. Sugar, please say you saying that.
So if you there are apps that you can download. Thanks. Shout out to Biff Thundermuffin for making me aware of it. There's apps you can download to see like what's the chance of being able to see it.
All right. Well, get off my panel then, because I'm tired.
Who's on your panel?
You.
Why am I on your panel?
I didn't do that. Why am I here? What is somebody explain this to me? No, that was good. Yeah, I try not to hate anybody. I really do. Some people make it difficult for me to stick to that belief. But I don't want the stress. I don't want to hang on to it. I just avoid people. But the shopping cart story was very funny, especially the way that they set it up with all the prices and breaking it down into pieces. Yeah, that was a great analysis for sure. Thanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate it. Take care.